are listening to an Atomic Broadcasting production, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation. And remember, do your part, such as like, comment, rate, and don't forget to tell a friend to tune in for an Atomic Time.
Horror. After battling their way to the Veskarium Research Station, the ground team now prepares to enter the seemingly deserted station, ready to eliminate any survivors in the name of the Veskarium.
We open, looking from the opposite side of this dark hallway. We see just this square of light open up as Schrodinger hacks the door and it opens, and the only thing we can see is the rubble on the floor and a slowly blinking red light on the left side of the hall, signaling to us that this whole facility is on emergency backup power.
Point of order, I have dark vision.
Oh, same.
I don't believe I do.
I have flashlights.
Excellent.
Flashlights? Use it plural, flashlights?
I have a flashlight on each gun, of which I will turn on like strobes.
How many is that?
I have 6 weapons, but I only have 10 arms, so I have 5 of them active.
So that's
You just got 5 flashlights.
They point in each direction. So it is 60 feet of bright light, an additional 60 feet of dim light, but I have 5 of them, so I'm making like a circle.
It's a rave.
made of cones. Not an
one for each
emanation, mind
direction.
you. Cones.
and one for a special direction.
So we're playing this on an online VTT, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn on that animation.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
So bright.
Okay, let me turn that down a little bit.
As a brief reminder, the inspiration for Tenfold Carnage was War on the Worlds. War of the
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
The tripods.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
We'll keep away any allergens.
Yeah, no sneezing on Tinfold Carnage.
Also, quick question.
Yes.
How big is the hallway?
Oh, yeah. So the hallway is about 10 feet wide and about 10 feet tall.
He's a cork.
I am. I'm just going to clog the hall.
Also, keep in mind, he has automatic fire. We do not want to be in front of him.
Which, at that point, I think I'm going to have my machine gun be my primary.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. So Master Sergeant Ziv is readying his weapons, turns on his flashlight. He's looking down in the hall like he's remembering something. And then he starts talking to you guys. And I realized recently that I never addressed the fact that because I'm a Sheeran, I have limited telepathy. I've basically been talking telepathically this whole time, as Sheeran, it's not pleasant for them to speak out loud with their vocal cords because they're not really designed for languages like common. So limited telepathy has actually been mostly how I've been speaking. But we also have that awesome telepathy from Vorp.
Yeah, we all can communicate telepathically through Vorp's bond.
So everyone we've killed has just watched four silent figures have gone through.
That's much more
It
terrifying.
makes Carnage even more terrifying
Yeah.
somehow.
These people are just nodding at each other.
Carnage does have limited telepathy, of which, if he's close enough, he does talk to his victims through telepathy.
Master Sergeant Ziv is looking like he's remembering something, and then he just goes, Tenfold Carnage,
Yes.
lead the way. Take
Gladly.
points.
As I just push everyone to the side.
And then, and remember, everyone, we are the only 4 things that leave this facility.
And when he says that, the doors behind him just close shut as I reshut them and relock them.
Make sure nothing gets out.
Schrodinger, now that you've hacked the front doors, you can just remotely control them from your datapad. However, you're to be able to change the security coding on there to restrict anyone else who had access to the doors from using them. Mm-hmm. You will have to get to the main server room and reboot the system.
Okay.
Inside this hallway, just to give you a little bit of an illustration of what you see. First off, devastation, ruin. The floors are cracked. There's rubble everywhere. There's the red security lights every 30 feet or so, just slowly blinking. At the very end of the hallway, you see a very faint blue glow that you could assume is from some sort of computer access panel. On the left side of the room, near to you, there's a large, glass wall that opens into what appears to be some kind of corporate conference room. Of course, now everything inside is ruined, but half of that glass wall has just been smashed open with shards of glass everywhere. Further down the hall, still on that left side, there's a door. And at the very end of the hall, near that blue computer access panel, the hallway turns to the right.
Carnage, can you fit through the broken glass?
Can I break the window to make it bigger?
The window, it's broken into two 10-foot portions. One of them is destroyed, and it wouldn't really do you much good to break any more glass on that portion.
Uh-huh.
To make the hole bigger would require you to start breaking away at the wall, which may or may not cause the ceiling to cave in.
That doesn't sound too bad to me.
No.
Okay.
Now, you would be able to get through the hole as it exists, but it would be difficult terrain for you to pass through.
I assume I'd need to squeeze. Okay.
Not squeezing, just spend an extra square of movement to pass
that's
through.
it? Here's what I'll do. I'll move further downward, further down the hall to kind of block the path for the other two deals. And so probably one of you guys can examine that room, because I don't think that room's going to be particularly dangerous.
That's fair. So, Master Sergeant Ziv, he's like, all right, Schrodinger, with me. Let's sweep the room.
Right.
All right, so Master Sergeant and Schrodinger, the two of you are looking into that conference room. Vorp, are you going with them, or what are you doing?
I'm going to stick with Carnage.
Okay.
I would also like to be behind him because I don't want to get shot on accident.
So, we're going to step in, crunching over the broken glass. And he's going to look around. Does it seem like what might have done this? Are there scorch marks? What's going on?
Make a perception check. And Schrodinger, since you're entering the room too, you can also make that
Could
check.
I use warfare lore?
Yes.
Could I use warfare lore?
No, I'm
'Cause
kidding.
I don't have warfare lore. Can I use it?
No.
Because I fought in the Swarm War. I fought in a lot of encounters between the Pact Worlds and the Vescarium. So I figure whatever might have done this might have something to do with them. Ooh.
15. Warfare lore.
28.
Schrodinger, what you observe as you're scanning across the room is it looks like there was some kind of a struggle in here. You do see a few scorch marks from laser blasts and some gashes from what seemed to be some kind of melee attack, but you're not able to piece much more than that together. Master Sergeant, with your role, as you're scanning the room, it's sort of like the quintessential, let me reconstruct the scene from a detective movie, and you're able to make a little bit more of a deduction from what you see. You see the laser blasts and the scorch marks, and you realize that with the spread of them, that means that the folks with the guns were on the opposite side of the room shooting at something that came in through the glass, the same direction that you're approaching now. You recognize that the ones who were wielding these guns were not proficient with guns. They had just been armed as more of a matter of just principle, but they didn't really know what they were doing with the guns, and all the shots went wild. You see the gashes on the tables and chairs and the rips and tears, and you immediately recognize them as claw tears from members of the swarm.
Like Valson 6. They're loose. Eyes up. And he's gonna... You said that there weren't any bodies, right?
There are no bodies in the room, no.
I hope the people made Demoratosh proud. I'm gonna do a scan to see if maybe... Well, I guess technically I already scanned their... Or have I done a perception check on the room?
You did a warfare lore.
Can I, scan the room to make sure there's nothing in here? Or
Sure.
there's no bodies?
Yeah, go ahead and make a quick perception check. Schrodinger, you can also roll if you want.
12.
Some of the swarm are excellent at blending in, hiding. Keep your eyes on high alert. I rolled a 28.
Schrodinger, I imagine you're like looking around, paying a bit more attention to technology and trying to see, is there an access point there? Could I get in through that? Master Sergeant, as you're scanning the room, you notice one of the office chairs that had been leaning against the table kind of just scoots a little bit to the right. And then what you thought was an armrest for one of the chairs starts lifting up. And you immediately recognize this as a claw from one of the swarm monsters.
Contact.
And I'm going to ask you all to roll initiative.
Uh-oh. Carnage.
Can I keep that as my initiative?
Yes.
It gets a +2 bonus because of my incredible initiative,
Wow.
making it a 30.
Incredible.
Wow.
All right. Schrodinger.
I got a 20, thankfully.
Nice.
Vorp.
26.
Tenfold.
19.
All right. So, Master Sergeant, you will go first as you see this insectile creature that's a member of the swarm. Stands about as tall as a man, but has crustacean-like claws and arms and just sort of tendrils reaching off from it as it's just standing up from behind the table across.
All right, let me look at what I got here. Master Sergeant Ziv's going to look at this thing and have some flashes back to his time hearing the hive mind, but he's going to squeeze his hand on the trigger and yell to the others, "Get him!" And then I'm going to move up to the north end of this conference room by a couch, and I'm going to open fire with my seeker rifle.
All right. And since you've moved around to the side of the table, it's no longer going to be getting that lesser cover from being behind it.
Oh, this dice, 30
Oh, wow.
to hit with a -1 AC.
Is that your Starfinder dice?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that explains things.
Yeah.
That's a critical hit.
What we talk about.
So I get a +3 bonus. Everyone gets. Oh no, I know why. It is +4 because it's scaled. Okay, so everyone's gonna get a +2 bonus to damage against this thing. I'm using my seeker rifle. It's 2d10. 16 + 8, 24 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah, you blast like one of its limbs clear off, and you can tell this thing is already past bloodied.
Get in under the carapace, and that'll end Sheeran. That'll end Master Sergeant Ziv's turn.
All right, Vorp, you're up next.
Can I scooch past Schrodinger to get into the room?
Yes, you can move through his space with
Okay.
no issues.
Can I throw him in the room?
So Vorp's gonna skitter past Schrodinger, put me on the bottom corner, just straight down. Yeah, perfect. And then I don't know if this is going to work, but I want to try it, and this is better than using a recall knowledge, so I'm going to cast, Eldritch Lance.
Yes. That's such a cool spell.
Yeah.
I
What does
love
that do?
Eldritch Lance.
What does that do?
Oh, wow.
It is a ranged spell attack. I condense a beam of mind-assaulting eldritch energy from the dark spaces between the stars and fire it at my target. Make ranged spell attack. If I hit, that's a natural 20.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah! Wreck it.
I hope this is the thing. I don't know if it's going to work. It takes mental damage, so I hope this thing can take mental damage.
Oh, because it's part
It's
of a
it's a
swarm.
hive mind. I don't know if that'll.
You just damaged the whole hive mind. You're fine.
Killed the entire
Well,
hive.
in that case, since that's a critical hit, I'm assuming that hits.
Mhm.
So I roll 4d6 and double it.
That's so good.
28 mental damage.
And that's doubled?
That is double.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so Vorp, you slide in and you just hit it with that lance of mental energy, and you watch the whole thing just convulse for a little bit before it just drops to the ground, just pooling this sickly green blood from its body.
It's dead.
Threat
It is
neutralized.
Master Sergeant's gonna walk up to it, pull out his laser pistol,
Well,
and just shoot it in the head.
Quick question. Are we still in combat or no?
We are out of initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, so Master Sergeant Ziv's gonna just slowly walk up, pull out his laser pistol, and just blow its head off.
I think it's dead, Master Sergeant.
Should
Shall
never
I-
be too sure.
Shall I sweep the room?
I think you can hang out in the hall for now.
I want to just like float by, just machine gunning into the room through the glass. That was my plan.
Well, he's looking at the body. Can I roll recall knowledge on the swarm in this particular type?
Before he does that, actually, and it's fine if not, but could I analyze the target with my cantrip analyze target to give him a +2 to that recall knowledge?
Is that the one that gives you like their biometric data and everything?
Yeah, so it says you focus on the target, gathering data as magical holograms displayed. I reflavored as I became that person for a bit. So in this case, I would become the swarm for a bit. When the casting is complete, you learn biometric information about the target, including fingerprints, medical conditions, and other basic physiological information. And I can give people a +2 circumstance bonus to recall knowledge.
Yeah,
Okay.
that works.
What are the potentials for recall knowledge here? I have lore-wise. I have Sheeran, life science, and warfare.
I think Sheeran lore would probably be the most applicable one.
Okay, that's an 11. That's my bonus is an 11.
Is that counting the +2 from Schrodinger?
No, so it'll
Okay.
be a +13 total. I am expert.
So, the first thing you learn as you examine this body and you sort of just try to identify what you're looking at, first thing you're going to know is its relative threat level is a 3.
Oh, okay.
These things are known as Emganats.
Emganats.
They are really more drones. Those who battle against the swarm would not consider them a significant threat. They're more like foot soldiers, often used for scouting missions. And since you critically succeeded, you'll get 2 questions.
Well, going with the mental stuff, do they have any resistances?
Since they are connected in with the swarm mind of the swarm, if they roll a success on a save against a mental effect, it becomes a critical success. So it says nothing about mental damage, but if they're making a save, they turn successes into crits.
I
That's good to
appreciate it.
know. Yeah, thank you.
Would we prefer to ask about resistances or saves, guys?
Saves, personally.
What's their best save?
Reflex.
That also
makes sense, yeah.
So the Master Sergeant gets up, looks to the others. This is a Emganat. Scouts, foot soldiers. That means there's probably a commander here somewhere, unless they've just gathered these for experimentation.
Can you move me up next to it as well?
Mhm.
Thank you.
Can you move me by that door?
South door,
Yeah.
We can see through that door.
it's slightly ajar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Schrodinger, you walked up to this door on the south of the conference room that's slightly ajar.
Master Sergeant, is it okay if I open this door?
Yeah, be careful.
I'm going to open the door.
Inside appears to be some sort of executive office. In contrast to the rest of the building, this room seems to be relatively untouched.
Can I make a perception check to just make sure nothing is hiding?
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
15.
So as you scan across the room, you feel reasonably confident that there are no threats to be found inside.
Is there any way I can access the computers, or are they dead?
Does that count as a skill check?
Yes.
Reroll that.
Oh.
I have communalism. When an ally, and we're kind of in exploration, so the exact distance doesn't really matter in this situation, fails a skill check requiring 3 or fewer actions, I can just allow them to reroll it once per day.
Nice.
23.
23. So, with a higher perception check this time, you feel reasonably confident that there are no threats in the room. However, in addition, you also are able to deduce from the furniture that's in the room and the way everything is set up that this would be the senior ranking officer, his office, and if there was any data or anything of use that could have been gleaned from the lab, it would be stored here on this computer.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, is there any way I can get access to their computer?
Getting access, right now, you're close enough that you could hack it. However, there doesn't seem to be any power to the system yet. You'd have to make it to the server room and turn it on first. Or, alternatively, you could attempt to extract the hard drive and just take an unencrypted source of the data with you.
I'm going to just do that.
All right, go ahead and make a computers check.
Can I head in with him and aid him?
Yeah, you can go ahead and aid.
Do I get the +1 for my thing, or does this not count that? It's just a flat computer check.
Yeah, this one wouldn't be you interfacing with the
Okay.
computer system. This is your understanding of computer hardware.
So without the aid, depending on if I get that.
I got a success.
Okay. So with the aid, that is a 26.
Yeah. With the 26, you are able to identify where the hard drive is. Although it's an unusual make, you're unfamiliar with the system. Just identifying, well, the power goes to this and that goes to that. You're able to find the hard drive and then just carefully extract that from the computer. Now, you don't know what all data is on here, but anything that would be significant or important, you're going to have a copy with you.
Can I hook it up to my data pad?
So you wouldn't have the equipment on your person to connect a hard drive in, because this is not standardized tech. So it's not just like, well, let me just plug an eSATA cable in here.
Yeah.
You would have to take it into like a computer workshop and either create or use a very specific adapter to be able to
I'm
interface
taking
with
their
the drive.
cords with me.
Fair enough.
Could always use more HDMIs for the cause.
I meant the cords for the hard drive.
Is the Master Sergeant currently looking into that room? Is he looking, like, watching Schrodinger do his thing? Oh, no, Schrodinger's up. Sorry, I'm reading the map wrong. You are in the room.
I'm technically in the room, too. It's just no one moved me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool, so I'm in that room by myself.
Yes.
Correct.
Cool, I would like to collect some of the blood of this creature.
What are you collecting it into?
All right, let me look at my inventory. I think I have some medical equipment. Yeah, so I have a med kit. Is there anything in there that I could maybe, like a vial or a syringe or something?
That seems fair enough. Go ahead and make a medicine check, or a nature check, or a crafting check, whichever you'd prefer.
Okay, can you list those for me one more time?
Medicine, nature, or crafting.
Medicine is best for me. 28?
So with a 28, you secure one of those vials from your med kit and you very carefully extract some of this creature's blood into it. As you're doing so, a drop misses the vial and hits the carpet and just
It's acidic.
burns a hole through the carpet.
I see why you asked me how I was collecting it. Cool, I will just very quietly stow that away.
I would like to further travel down the hallway and
So-
open the door on the left.
Okay,
Oh,
I was
you're
going to
just
ask,
going
right
for
now
it?
you're halfway down that hall, so you're going near the end and opening that door.
Yes.
Oh no.
We can't even see you right now.
Tenfold, as the door slides open, you float up and you press the console to open the door and nothing happens. I imagine at this point you would try to just rip it open.
No, I'll leave it closed for
Okay.
now. But I will look around that corner.
Around the corner then, at the very end of the hall, you see, as we had been alluding to earlier, there's a small computer access panel that seems to be running on its own backup battery. And it's got text across the front that reads, "Warning, security protocol Alpha Zeta engaged." And then underneath it is "Override?" ?
Master Sergeant's antennae start twitching, but he doesn't know why.
I'll go back to my spot.
He rolled for it.
Should we check the rest? I'm going to telepathically speak to Vorp. What are in the rest of the rooms? Have you checked?
No, I've been waiting for you.
Well, it's never a bad time then. Schrodinger, you want to check the north or the east door?
I'll get the north.
All right. I'll check the east. Open them on 3.
So, Schrodinger and Master Sergeant, as you're checking through the remaining doors on this eastern wing of the facility, it appears to mostly just be dilapidated and destroyed corporate offices with some storage, some computers, a break room with just abandoned food. Strangely enough, you find no bodies. Although you do occasionally find signs of struggle or blood, aside from just the general things being rummaged through and destroyed.
Okay, question about that. Is that a normal thing, swarm-wise, to, like, be losing bodies like this?
I'm assuming they're eaten.
From your experience fighting them on the front lines, you're mostly...
There's also been a swarm in the past.
Are you saying the Master Sergeant personally has been part of the swarm?
Yes.
Okay. So you would recognize that as odd.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, the swarm typically would just leave bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get hungry.
Well, I mean, they could be eating them.
So they're vegan.
What's that to the south?
So the office room that you've stepped into on the east there, Master Sergeant, the very south of it, the wall has been completely busted out, and it's open out into a hallway.
Can you move me in with them? I think I would have just gone with them rather than standing by the corpse.
I'm going to go rip open that door now.
I was about to ask Tenfold, it's been a few minutes while they're looking around. What have you been doing?
Yeah,
getting bored.
as he sees them start going into other rooms, he's just going to be like, oh, I suppose I have free reign then.
So you're going back down to that door on the south, on the left of the hall, and
Rip it open.
You just rip it open. And as you rip it open, the Master Sergeant steps around the corner at the other end of the hall.
So bright.
All 5 flashlights.
Yeah, all 5 just zoom in. Oh, hello there. You're very lucky my finger wasn't on the trigger just now.
I imagine so.
What have you located?
Offices and computer information.
No bodies, though.
Tenfold, you see a sign on the wall just over the Master Sergeant's head. It reads,
Bathroom.
Men's left.
It's bathroom.
Right.
Master Sergeant, do I have permission to override?
Override what?
Override the security process.
Hold on, we're almost done checking these rooms. Schrodinger?
While I was back there searching the computers, can I steal another hard drive?
Yeah. Now that you've done it once, you can pretty easily just get in there, flip the pins you need, slide the hard drive out.
Okay.
I'm going to slip into the bathroom.
It's surprisingly well maintained. The plumbing doesn't seem to be turned on, but, I mean, you could still use it.
Yeah, go through and open the stalls.
Anybody need to go? Better do it now before...
How do Barathu poop?
They're gas, they just excrete gas.
Is that
That's
it?
fair.
It's
Like
the
what,
farts.
What do they eat?
I don't know. You should ask your mother.
I should.
What was that about security protocol? Tinfoil?
Permission to override?
No, you don't touch it. I'll get to it in a minute.
There's one more door between us and Carnage. Is there any indication as to what that door is?
Women's restroom.
Women's, yeah.
Don't
Then-
go
Oh,
in there.
I said it backwards. You were opening all the stalls in the women's restroom. That's the men's restroom.
I can tell by the
Yeah,
urinals.
the urinals.
I'll check these ones as well. There's a 5% higher chance of swarm hiding in the men's restroom.
That makes some sense, I guess. Not really.
All right. Schrodinger, let's go check out that security override.
Coming.
Could I have everyone else take their headphones off? Jenkins, as you had messaged me, while the Master Sergeant was going through the restrooms and making sure there was nothing hiding in the stalls, Schrodinger had fallen behind a little bit.
Yes.
That hard drive, the second one you picked up, you told me there was something you wanted to do with that?
Yeah, so I would like, so I can have a decoy hard drive, I would like to try to wipe it clean as much as possible externally with like a magnet or something.
Make a computer's check and go ahead and use your item bonus on this one.
Ew. 28.
You feel reasonably confident that that second hard drive is now wiped.
Perfect. And then I would like to stash the one I didn't wipe, like in a spot, and then have the other one ready to like hand off.
Now, is the first one stashed on your person or in the building?
It's going to be stashed on my person.
Okay. And everyone can come back? So, Master Sergeant, you have just finished checking the restrooms. You found nothing of martial interest, and you've made it to the end of the hallway and regrouped with Tenfold Carnage. Schrodinger, you'd hung back a little bit. Vorp, were you following with the Master Sergeant?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Before he regroups, while they're investigating the bathrooms, I am going to try to open the 2 doors without touching the panel.
Okay. Which of the doors are you trying first, or are you trying them both at the same time?
I have 10 arms. I'm going to try both at the same time.
Okay, make me an athletics check to force open.
Well, do you want to force open the doors or just open them?
Why not? 11.
Yeah, so you get your tentacles in, you go for it, and you try, and the doors remain firmly closed.
Both of them?
Yes. Both doors, east and north. Sorry, west and north.
Carnage, don't cause any trouble.
I'm going to speak to you with the telepathic thing through him.
Who?
I'm going to speak to Master Sergeant Ziv through the telepathy that Vorp gives us on my way down. I was like, should I override the security protocols?
What do you think?
Well, it might make getting around easier, but if they're trapped somewhere, it might set them free.
You have a better understanding about these things. I'll leave it in your hands to make the decision.
I click override.
I'm going to run all the way there.
So as you all are discussing what to do about the security override, Tenfold Carnage, you just tap the button that says override,
Yeah.
and it pops up. Please confirm PIN.
1111.
Please make him make a computer check.
Make me a computer's check.
23.
1111. Accepted.
Oh my god.
Right when that happens, Schrodinger's gonna run. No, you don't know what. Oh, you do know what you're doing. Well, leave that to me. That's why I'm here.
I specialize in cyber augmentations, of which I've augmented myself.
I specialize in all things computers.
Let us proceed. As I just shove myself through
No, there's
the
two doors. Which door are
Yeah.
you going through?
So let me
The one
describe
that
real
opened.
quick. The door to the north opened when you overrode the security procedures, and inside you see a hallway that you very quickly recognize as being similar to some kind of an airlock or something. And in the context of knowing what this lab was used for, it's not a huge leap of logic to assume that this is a decontamination chamber.
Jordy, quick point of order. I would like to be sustaining a detect thoughts spell as we're moving through this.
Oh, you have detect thoughts?
I have detect thoughts.
That's a good.
What's the range on that?
A 30-foot emanation around me.
What does it do?
So depending on how many actions I use, and I was about to look up the rule. I can use 1, 2, or 3 actions, and it does different things. When I sustain, do I have to sustain at the level of actions that I used to cast the spell, or is it 1 to sustain?
One to sustain.
Great. Well, then I'll do the 3 action initially. Because I'm doing 3 actions, this is the effects that I get. I detect the presence or absence of thoughts from conscious creatures that have intelligence modifiers of -3 or higher. I detect the number of thinking minds and whether or not the creatures are telepathic. Creatures with telepathy have louder thoughts than creatures who don't have telepathy, and might be able to sense my intrusion at the GM's discretion. I also gain a +1 status bonus to perception, sense motive checks against the target while the spell is sustained. A target may attempt a will save to prevent this.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
I can sustain it for up to a minute. I'll recast it if I need to. It's a cantrip, so...
I would like to open the door beside me as well. Attempt to open that one just directly.
Okay. Go ahead and make another force open check.
13.
You try again, and the door still stubbornly refuses to open.
Okay.
Carnage.
Back up.
Let me try Carnage. Oh, goodness, you're so squishy.
It's like a waterbed.
Why is that part so hard?
For the audience's benefit, on the map, there's just like a 10-foot by 10-foot corner there that Tenfold Carnage is filling this corner.
I would like to take my pain glaive and try to buzzsaw down the door.
Point of order. I actually have a reaction if he fails. That would go before his.
Okay, so let's resolve that in this order. Master Sergeant, what are you doing to the door?
I'm opening it.
With a force open?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make
Natural
me athletics.
20.
Never mind.
So, Master Sergeant, you get up to the door and you just wrench it open just in time for this pain glaive to just right through the air past your head.
I look back at Carnage. Don't do that.
Don't stand in my way.
Insubordination, Carnage.
You were gonna
This
kill
is a
me.
strike. And I'm going to step into this little room.
It seems to be some sort of a supply closet. There's some, like, pressurized gas tanks and a few boxes, but it doesn't seem like really anything has gotten into here. It just seems like it's been sealed the whole time.
So the Ziv goes by and he's looking through. There's not much in here. He grabs one of these gas tanks. Carnage, do you have a free hand?
Not really.
Define free.
I will put away my pain glaive to free up 2 hands.
I toss this pressurized gas canister at you.
I grab it.
I figure you could find some use for this.
I have a gas can.
Congratulations.
All right. I look down the airlock. How well do you feel in here, Carnage?
It's a bit tight, but I can make it work as I switch to my machine gun and start shoving myself.
Oh, wait,
through
hold
the
on.
ticket.
Stop. Don't go first. You get stuck, we won't be able to go through.
I can squeeze.
Let Schrodinger go first, in case the door's locked and he can do some stuff.
If he goes first and there's an enemy on the other side,
That's okay.
I will be forced to shoot through him.
I'm
Can you
I'm
put
okay
a
with
leash on
that.
this dog,
okay with
please? I'm not.
Just get down.
I will switch to my zero cannon because that's a line attack.
I'm going to.
I'll go up forward with Schrodinger in front
Okay.
of Carnage.
Because I was about to be like, I'm gonna look
Never
at,
mind. I switch back to my machine gun. It doesn't matter now.
I'm gonna look at Master Sergeant Ziv and be like, it feels like he's gonna kill me if I do this, and he's gonna kill me if I don't due to insubordination. So
You're not
I'm kind of in a.
insubordinate.
If I don't do this, I am.
Actually, no. Stellar cannon. That'll work.
She's just over there, switched to like, ooh, which one do I use?
No.
I'm so
how he
indecisive.
switches is he just rotates. So he's just rotating, just trying to find which gun is probably the best.
It's
You
like the
spin me right.
It's a carousel
gun
of death.
selection wheel.
He's a carousel of death.
I'm going to go ahead and like cling to the wall and just use my climb speed to be as small as possible in this room to get to the door and try to open it.
As we're walking down this pathway, Schrodinger.
I'm climbing down this pathway.
Yeah, as we're going down, the Master Sergeant's antennae start moving some more, and you feel through that connection I had made earlier with you, through the communalism, you start hearing faint, like, whispering, like there's hundreds of voices whispering at once, as in almost like as if it, like a memory of stuff, like of the swarm mind seeping out, and then it kind of goes quiet.
Just to you, then. You good, sir?
I'm fine.
You sure?
Yes.
Well,
Let's wipe some bugs.
we're gonna have to kill him probably.
That's very rude.
I'm
I'm defiant. I'll kill Swarm all day long.
And Vorp, were you bringing up the tail
Yes,
end of this
yes.
procession?
He
I
just leaves.
God, goodbye. You can't leave. I have the access
Yeah,
code.
I know. I want to be where my detect thoughts can maybe help us detect an ambush.
So Schrodinger, you get up to the panel at the end of that hall, and you only see one option: decontaminate.
Oh.
I hope you guys are ready. It might take a minute, and then I'm gonna click it.
I scurry underneath tenfold carnage.
Hiding.
A humid gas seeps out from the walls on all sides and just sprays you down with something that smells like a mixture between bleach and some kind of sulfurous thing, and you feel cleaner than you've ever felt before.
They know we have this could be done with magic.
And then the doors on the opposite side of the chamber slide open.
I'm going to skitter around the door,
But you're not a skitter magic.
but I'm skittering, and like skitter around the door and up and over that computer panel that I see, facing like down on it.
Make me a perception check before you do that.
I don't like that.
I can do something to help you if you're going to take damage.
Okay, then I'll put my faith in my my comrades.
That is a dangerous move.
I don't put my faith in tinfoil. I put my faith in the other two.
That's dangerous too.
Okay, fine. I guess I only put my faith in Master Sergeant Ziv.
Vorp has done nothing to make him untrustworthy to you.
You told me it was dangerous.
It is.
That's gonna be a 15.
Meets it, beats it.
Hey!
As you begin moving around the corner of the door, you stop just in time for a laser to just is like right in front of your nose. Your eyes refocus, and you see a web of lasers just crisscrossing over the entrance to this room. Schrodinger, you can see that these lasers are emanating from various different just projectors on the walls. The closest laser is actually emanating from the wall that you're standing right next to.
Am I able to get to the computer? That's right there or no?
That would be the companion control to the decontamination to
Yeah,
leave.
okay.
Probably over at that computer down there.
Mm-hmm. Well, if we destroy where they're coming out, it'll presumably stop the lasers.
What is your training level with computers, Schrodinger?
Expert.
Yeah, you would be aware that you can actually deactivate them from the sensors.
Oh, I'm going to try that then.
All right, go ahead and give me a computers check.
Would you like me to aid?
If you'd like.
Sure.
22.
Woo!
And the first of the laser projectors goes down.
Yeah. I don't have time for the tinfoil. Do your thing.
Shove my way past the rest of them.
Yeah, come up north.
Shall I proceed on targeting where the sensors come out of, or shall I destroy the computer on the far side of the
No,
room?
just the sensors. We might need the data on the computer.
Can we see past these sensors? Like the lasers?
Yes.
Into the room?
So the lasers are just kind of like interweaving across the entryway to this room, but the room itself seems to be an open laboratory. There's sort of desk cubicle setups for collaboration to happen freely, and you see a double doors off to the back right of the room that's labeled servers.
Before you do anything, Carnage, Master Civ puts his hand on your shoulder.
Shoulder?
One of them. Commodore, can you get up here and see if you read anything?
It's gonna be a tight squeeze. I'll see what I can do.
Ziv's looking throughout the room. I'd also like to try and roll perception on the room before we get rid of a potential defense.
That's fair. To make a spot for him, I'm going to climb up on the ceiling and just hang from the ceiling for a bit.
Cool. Yeah, move me in there. If there's anything that has thoughts within a 30-foot emanation of me, I will probably detect them.
Mm.
That's all you hear.
Also, I rolled a 27 on
Oh,
perception.
nice.
I mean, it does. The spell also says creatures who have telepathy have louder thoughts.
So you have to drown out just 10
Right next to
Barathus
me.
merged into one. Kill,
God.
kill.
A lot of what his thought process is just going over different ways of how to kill people, and he basically does like scenario acting in his head in preparation constantly.
The spell doesn't say I get that information, but if you want to give it to me, I
Oh
guess
sure,
that's fine.
he's not. He doesn't try to
He
hide
feels
it.
you probing. He's
He
like,
feels you probing
Take
and
this
he's like-
gift.
It's just a frenzy in your mind.
Vorp,
Yes.
you detect no additional thoughts within a 30-foot range that are not on the other side of 3 feet of dirt or wood or yada yada yada.
So much.
I
dirt
don't
and
sense
mud.
anything, but it doesn't mean there's nothing here.
Do we know what kind of lasers they are? Will they set off a system, or will they try and damage?
Would I know that?
With you having deactivated the first sensor, Schrodinger, you know that the laser that you're seeing is a detection laser. If that gets tripped, it'll just shoot a beam of laser in that space.
Gotcha.
Master Sergeant, you had done a sweep of the room, just making a visual inspection.
Yes.
You see at the very far end of the room, underneath one of the desks, there seems to be a hole in the ground. Like one of the ceramic metal plates has been lifted up, and there's just like a hole.
But I don't see anything in here.
No, the room itself actually seems to be less messed with, less damaged than the rest of the building that you've been coming through so far.
There's an entry point over there. There could still be one in here, but I don't see one. Carnage, move forward with it.
I want to fly through the laser grid so bad.
Do you want to die?
How much damage do we think it will do?
A
Probably a lot.
Carnage, deactivate them,
Make a
please.
recall knowledge with computers.
Okay.
What's your computers bonus?
Make one for me.
Plus 8.
I'll be fine.
So I rolled a nat 20 on your recall knowledge.
Well, that will do it.
So I'll go ahead and let you know. Each of these looks like some sort of more of like an artillery laser than like an anti-personnel laser, and is going to be doing in the neighborhood of, let's say, an average of 20 to 25 damage each shot.
Yeah.
How many of them are there?
You see an additional 5 sensors.
Oh, you're dead if you go through that thing.
I do have my shield generator, but I am familiar with artillery lasers, of which I almost brought one, and then I had too many weapons, and so I decided not to. I regret that decision. In that case, I'll just...
Is the plan to just shoot these sensors?
Yeah.
I'm just going
have
to blow
him
them
do
up.
it.
Okay.
In that case, I'm going to pull out my grenade launcher, and I'm going to shoot, well...
When I see him pull out the grenade launcher, I'm going to skitter back into the airlock room, like not being a part of that.
I feel like a zero cannon could be good. It would be very precise on hitting all the emitters.
Can I, while he's doing all this, can I essentially ready a shot in case any of the swarm or anyone who's not the 4 of us appear?
That's fair.
I'll try the zero cannon and try and destroy the emitters with a zero cannon and shoot a beam of cryo energy.
All right, and that's a reflex save against your DC?
Yes.
DC 22, right?
Yes.
All right, they have all failed.
I
No
would
critical
presume.
fails?
Oh, 6 damage.
So your zero cannon starts crystallizing on top of the sensors, and the laser is kind of flickery, but it still is there.
I'll do another round.
All right. That's an additional fail.
19.
With that second shot, each of the sensors just kind of gets overloaded with frost and just snaps off from the wall, and all of the lasers go down.
Oh, yeah, I have a raising weapon. I could have used that. Does more damage against objects or structures.
Move me into the room slowly, but I'm trying to get more read on detect thoughts.
I'm going to continue to skitter on the ceiling toward the computer, but I'm going to stay within his 30-foot emanation of detect thoughts.
I'm going to move into the room.
I'll move a little bit, too.
Now, Schrodinger, were you heading for the large computer on the southwest corner of the room, or were you heading up for the server room?
Right now, the large computer, just to see what I can do, and then I'll go to the server room after we've cleared this area.
Okay, so before you even get close to the computer, you can see it's just got like a blue screen. It's using like some battery that's in the monitor, but there is no power to the system.
Oh,
over
okay.
there.
Then yeah, no, then I'll just start heading toward the server room.
Is there any like documents or like data pads or something that looks like it might have maybe information that Vorp would want?
Make a
Line?
perception check,
Okay.
Vorp.
Can I also make that perception check?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Master Sergeant currently is walking on top of these desks, breaking computer hubs.
It's a 29 from Vorp.
I got a 26.
So you don't see, neither of you see any physical documentation that could be of use, but there do seem to be data pads and personal computers at each of the desks, except for this one of the two desks that's close to the entryway. That seems to be more of like a workspace.
See Master Ziv's walking around on the desk, slamming the butt of his gun into everything. Like computer hubs, data pads, all of it.
may I ask why you're doing that?
No information is to leave here.
I would like to attempt to sneak one of those data pads.
I'm just about to be like, I'm gonna also start shooting data pads.
All right, Vorp, go ahead and make a thievery check, I would say.
Thievery.
Or
Gosh.
stealth, either of those.
Is that like against my...
It'd be against perception DC, yeah.
Mhm.
Hang on one second. I might have something else I want to do really quickly. I could do stealth if I wanted
Stealth or thievery, yeah.
to. My stealth is better. I'll do stealth. Oh, that's good. 29.
Ooh,
I'll
nice.
use my hero point. Make you reroll and take the worst.
So
No.
did he beat your perception DCs, those
My
of you watching?
perception is +7. He beat me.
Yeah,
he
mine's a
critically
21.
Succeeded.
So he beat
I
mine.
also
Okay.
want to try and steal it, but I have a +2.
Dude, I don't.
I really want to.
So, Vorp, you have smuggled away one of these data pads.
Just tuck it away.
All right.
Very nonchalant.
Commodore Vor, through telepathy. Apologize, but I'm not the best at stealth. I don't think I'll be able to snatch a data pad.
It's all right, Carnage. I have a data pad. I also have a sample of the creature's DNA that we killed earlier.
Glorious.
Then, as that's happening, and as the Master Sergeant is just going around destroying things, Schrodinger, you said you were heading for the server room?
Yeah.
These doors, as opposed to the other doors that you've been up to that are like the automatic, whoosh, Star Trek doors, these ones are more like hospital swinging doors.
So can we just push them open?
Yes.
All right, I'm still on the ceiling, but when I push them open and get inside, I'd like to make drop down from the ceiling, draw out my weapons, and make a perception check.
All right. What's that perception?
19.
All right. So the first thing that you notice is this room is dark. There are a few red emergency lights, and there is a computer system directly across the room from you that you know that you could just reboot the power and get everything back up and running again.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing you notice is a pile of bodies on the east side of the room.
I'm gonna telepathically speak to everyone. I found the bodies.
Move me in there.
I start shoving my way.
Yeah. And protecting thoughts still.
Vorp,
Yeah.
as you enter the room, you detect thoughts.
I get to know how many, The presence or absence of thoughts, which you already told me I detected. I detect the number of thinking minds and whether or not the creatures are telepathic. I also gain a +1 status bonus to sense motive against them.
What's the highest number Vorp knows? Because you sense more thoughts than that.
Vorp like staggers back and like puts one side of his hands to his head. There's swarm, lots of swarm here in this room.
Carnage, torch it.
Well, let me turn the power back on.
I don't think we need the power.
I would like to share what I sensed through my telepathy, if that's possible, with the Master Sergeant.
Jeez.
Yeah, I guess you have a telepathic line open.
I do.
I will take this opportunity to mention I am defiant-blooded, quote-unquote. I'm a defiant Sheeran, which means I am, despite the passage of time, you remain resolute in your defiance of the swarm and other insectile creatures. If a creature with the Kutron trait or that's in aid of the swarm, I get crit successes on successes against them.
Oh, nice.
For will saves.
Well, the reason I'm doing this is you might have a better idea of what's going on in here, so I'm giving you that information.
I didn't know what you already might be planning, so I thought I'd say something.
Yeah.
Let's do something interesting here. I'm going to give you a recall knowledge check using your Sheeran lore. But if you critically fail, you'll become frightened 1 as you're overwhelmed by hearing all the voices.
Okay, you want me to roll it?
I will. Well, I guess since we know what's going to happen, you can roll it openly.
Does he still get the success as critical success?
Yes.
Okay.
26.
26. You hear all of these voices, and you make the connection as being a Sheeran and familiar with what it sounds like to be in the swarm mind, that you're just looking at one access point, but you're hearing just the voices of the swarm itself. But one voice stands out as predominant over all of the others, and you recognize this as the voice of a Basterox.
Ooh, what's a Basterox?
I'd like to call them the shock troops.
Oh.
They are significantly more threatening than the Ermagants that you've seen before, with a threat level of 7.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And you can ask one question.
When's his birthday?
I can get that. Don't ask that. I can get that.
The 7th of Serenith.
They're a swarm. They all share the same birthday.
Is it a hatch day?
I'm gonna go
Happy
with
Hatch Day.
I'm gonna go with resistances.
He has a resistance to acid damage.
Oh,
That
yeah,
makes sense.
That's fair. I don't think any of us were gonna do acid.
You're aware that he is within 30 feet of Vorp, and there is not any significant, 3 feet of dirt or 1 inch of metal between him and this creature.
Commodore. Commodore.
Yes.
Get out of its head. Schrodinger, take a step back. Carnage, get in there. Burn the place down.
I look up.
Oh no! Why would you do that?
Wait, but I was on the ceiling.
Oh, wait, yeah, you are on the
I
ceiling.
thought you hopped to the
No,
ground.
I did, but I came in on the ceiling.
Okay, never mind.
And then I
Scratch
dropped
that.
down.
You look up, and you see, Patra claw marks in the ceiling.
All right, no, I'll back up.
Why did we even come in here if we're just going to destroy the server room?
We're here
Like,
to
what was
destroy
the-
the whole place.
Can't we nuke it from orbit?
Yeah, why can't we just do that?
Because
the
the
only way to be
Vescarium cannot publicly fire down on this planet right
Oh.
now.
Well,
We are here to torch the place.
technically speaking, just because we torch all the data, some of it can still survive. Let me get in there, let me erase everything,
Well,
and then he can torch it.
I'm just saying to torch everything in there.
I know.
There's
I'm
a
saying,
creature in there.
Right, but
Don't go in there. Step back.
it's going to make it harder to erase everything after the fact.
All right, if you want to try and go for it, well, this creature's in there. Go for it, Schrodinger.
Okay. Just be ready to fire at it, I guess.
I would like to switch to my stellar cannon.
So is everybody else waiting outside while Schrodinger is approaching the computer?
I'm going to wait at the doorway and be ready.
I go inside.
Okay.
I'll stay with the Master Sergeant, I suppose.
He's eyeing you now.
Why?
Just since you touched with the swarm mine, he's been looking at you.
Schrodinger,
Mm-hmm.
what's your perception?
7. Trained.
Right as you're approaching the server,
Mm-hmm.
you just hear like a click, click, clang, 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 clang beneath you.
Oh, it's graded flooring too.
Oh, yeah,
Did you describe that?
I didn't
The floor
describe
is
that.
graded.
Nobody ever looked at the floor.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, well.
You have to look at everything. I
Um,
won't tell you what it looks like.
When I get to the server, then I'm going to climb on top of the server and be like, he's underneath us, and then go back to doing what I was doing.
Keep going.
So it's right as you reach that server, you hear that sound, and because this creature rolled poorly and you had a high enough perception, there is no form of like reaction. He was trying to set up a reaction to attack you through the floor, but you heard him getting set up. So what we're gonna do is actually just roll initiative.
Oh boy.
All right, Master Sergeant.
It's a 27.
Schrodinger,
17.
Tenfold Carnage,
16.
and Vorp.
I am 27 also.
High five.
Break his legs so you can break the tie.
The tie goes to me because I have incredible initiative.
Yep. I do not have that.
All right. Speaking of ties, you are not tied with this creature.
Oh, that's great. I
Who
love
gets to go first?
Oh,
hi.
sweet.
Yeah.
As one of the panels just gets smashed out of place and just goes like careening across the room as this massive
Ugh.
sharpened claw pierces out of the ground and tries to stab Schrodinger.
It's like a crabby millipede centipede thing.
Yeah, it looks generally unpleasant.
It does,
I
yeah.
don't like it. It's big.
I don't know. It looks
too.
like it could give a good hug.
It's
Schrodinger.
as big as Carnage's.
You could wrap around him and pop him.
I've got a
We could
28
wrestle.
against your AC.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
19 slashing damage.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay, time to go on healing.
Oh.
And then with its second action, it's going to smash through another panel of the floor to make enough space for it on its third action to like skitter up on the wall. And now half of it is like on the floor and the other half is like on top of the mainframe for the servers.
So be careful, Tenfold Carnage.
And it is now the Master Sergeant's turn.
I think we all know what to do. Get him! And then, how tall is this, like, these barrels and such in the middle of the room?
So the rubble and stuff in the middle of the room, the clutter, that's about 3 feet tall. Since because of where the Bastrox has placed himself, he does not have any cover from that
Okay, gotcha.
because he is up on the wall on top of the server and everything.
I think I'll just take the... How much cover is Carnage going to give?
Just a 1.
Just one.
Lesser
I will
cover.
eat that because I have get him on him, so he'll take the -1. From where I am, I'm going to take a shot with my Seeker rifle. Oh, no, an 18.
Yeah, that's going to be a miss.
And then one more action. I'm going to prepare to aid to attack it.
All right, Vorp, you're next.
All right. Can I see this thing and can I see Schrodinger?
Yes, you can see both.
Awesome. I think I'm gonna. My first things first. Oh, I'm gonna try it. It's probably gonna fail, but I'm gonna try it. My first 2 actions are to cast slow on this creature.
Oh, nice.
He needs to make a DC 21 Fortitude save.
Nat 20.
Well, that's a critical success. Nothing happens.
Oh, well, hey, you made him waste a nat 20.
You hear in your mind, gotta go fast.
Oh, no!
He's turning blue.
Schrodinger, how much damage did you just take?
19.
I will use my remaining action to use Transfer Vitality. You heal all the way up.
Can I make a recall knowledge?
Yes.
What would
Nice.
that be, Jordy?
Let's see. Warfare lore, space lore, nature.
I do have Warfare lore for 11.
I don't think that's what space lore is intended
Yeah.
for.
Oh, that's a success.
Nice.
So you get 1 question.
Let's go...
Favorite color?
No. Let's go
Moth.
strongest save.
Fortitude.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
It's got different biology.
Yep. Okay, well, that's my turn because that's all 3 of my actions. So,
All right. Schrodinger.
First thing I'm going to do is warp the terrain around me. It's going to be in a, is it 10 or 15 foot burst? I think it's 10.
I think it's 15.
It is 15. So, centered on the arthropod thing that we're fighting. I'm going to warp the terrain, which means if he makes any action with the concentrate trait, doubt he will, He has to pass a DC 5 flat check to do anything.
All right.
Second thing I would like to do is take a guarded step action back, and then everyone please don't hate me for what I'm about to do.
I already do.
I'm going to look at it and be like, you want to go fast? And cast Cellular Stimulant. He may choose to fail this save and become quickened 1 for 1 round, but it's a fortitude save if he doesn't want access to it.
Does he have to be willing or just...
No, it doesn't have... If he's not willing, he makes the save. If he wants to, he can choose to fail. It gains quickened condition and can use the extra action to stride or strike. However, after the round ends, he becomes fatigued for 10 minutes.
Huh. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to play him in character. He got to go fast.
Okay, he
Yeah,
gotta
you
go
did
fast.
just say that.
So that is my 3 actions.
Cool. Hope this doesn't come back to bite us.
I mean, it's just an extra attack, hopefully. It's not going to hurt us too bad. And then he's going to be fatigued for the whole fight. And fatigued is brutal.
What does fatigue to do again?
-1 status penalty to all AC and saving throws.
Oh, that is pretty good, actually.
All right. Tenfold Carnage.
Boom. I have my Stellar Cannon still out, so I am going to shoot a 10-foot burst centered on the creature with area fire.
And it has a -1 to reflex saves because of Get 'em.
22 DC.
A critical success.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't help. Instead, I'm going to do a primary attack with it.
And I will aid that.
24. Oh, wait.
Critical aid.
So that's 26.
That's a hit.
12 points of, I think it's piercing damage.
Which gun is it?
Stellar Cannon.
Stellar Cannon.
Yeah, it's piercing damage. And then I am going to do a punishing salvo for another attack. For a 28.
That's also a hit.
Nice.
Ooh, 16 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
All right.
That is my turn. Also, those were 10-foot bursts. I get the feeling a lot of the machinery's gotten damaged.
Yeah. You said 18 and 12 damage?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the computer does seem to actually be taking some damage from this.
Also, the AoE, since I didn't roll that, is another 9 from the area fire.
Ah, yes. All right, and now it's the Bastrox's turn. With his quickened action, he's going to just like make an arc and like a centipede just like skitter around from one side of the computer to the other and line up so that he's now looking down a line of seeing Schrodinger, then Tenfold, and then the Master Sergeant. And he's going to just like take his 2 like front mandibles and just kind of like spark them against each other as just like electricity arcs between them, and then just arcs along through Schrodinger and Tenfold Carnage and the Master Sergeant. I'm going to need a reflex save.
He's just lightninged everybody.
Okay, hold on. I have a thought here. This is a
Natural 20.
28.
All right, and then Schrodinger?
31.
All right, so Tenfold Carnage and Schrodinger critically succeeded their saves and will take no damage. And the Master Sergeant, you got a regular success, so you'll only take 15 electric damage.
That's not bad. It shot that out of its mouth.
With its little, like, front mandibles.
I used a lot of my healing on Schrodinger already. I still
Yeah.
have some.
And now he's got 2 actions left, because he was quickened.
Thanks, Schrodinger. That actually might be helpful.
It's
but
for the future.
the fact that you all at least succeeded your save, that means that's probably okay.
This is a tough choice. Yeah, so he's going to swing out with one arm and try to impale Schrodinger.
Makes sense. I helped him.
A 34 to hit.
No,
Okay, well.
it's actually a critical hit.
Oh,
I'm dead, guys. It's been fun.
Schrodinger, I miss you already.
I mean, you're
Or
at
do
full
I?
health.
Wait,
Uh,
do I miss you or don't?
I'm assuming I'm dying.
I can't see you. There's a
You have
gas sack.
full health.
You get stabbed for 36 piercing damage.
Excuse you. I'm going to use my reaction and reduce that by 3 and make him take 3.
Ooh.
So I only get stabbed for
Do
33
you have the
piercing
dermal
damage.
plating?
No.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Wait. I forgot armor does stuff in this game.
Well, not. There's the add-on, the upgrade, the augmentation that gives you physical damage resistance. The armor otherwise does as much as it did. And It's
Yeah.
got the stat. Oh wait, what does your? Do we have armor special? No, we don't have armor specialization at level 5. So yeah.
That one attack got me to beyond bloodied.
What is your remaining hit points?
25.
Yes.
With his final action, he is going to take that same claw and just kind of like rip it out of Schrodinger and then reach right over Schrodinger's head and try to stab Tenfold Carnage.
Oh no.
Bring it.
Natural 20.
Oh,
That is a critical hit.
Hey, Jordy, stop it.
Does it have a name?
No.
I have dermal plating, so it's reduced by 2.
Hey. Yeah.
So since I'll reduce it by 2 for you.
Yeah.
You only take 38 damage.
Okay. That's actually not too bad.
I mean, yeah, you're the
Ooh.
tankiest of us.
And now he is no longer quickened, and he is fatigued.
Heck
And he
yeah.
wonders to himself, should I have gone fast? Master Sergeant, it's your turn.
At the start of his turn, his antennae start twitching quite erratically. Memories are flooding back in, and he's hearing those voices, and he's remembering the things he had to do. But he remembers why he did what he did. And using his Defiant Sheeran heritage, I will use for one action Rebellious Defiance. Once per day, I decry one foe within 100 feet that I see as a tyrant or a villain, and I prepare myself to defy them, even unto death. I gain a +1 circumstance bonus to attack rolls against this foe, and a +1 bonus to saving throws against their attack spells and effects for 1 minute. And then I'm gonna use Get 'em. Take this thing down! And then I'm gonna open fire.
So while you're doing your calculations, again, since he's up on the wall, I'm not going to say that Schrodinger is going to give him any kind of a cover, but Tenfold Carnage will give him lesser cover.
Okay, and he does have -1 AC,
Mhm.
so 31.
That's a regular hit.
I wish that was better.
Between the -1 circumstance of Get 'em, the +1 circumstance of lesser cover, and the -1 status AC from being
Okay,
fatigued.
so that is a total of 12 piercing damage.
All right.
I believe that is all that stuff does. Yes, so that is the end of my turn.
All right, Vorp.
Okay, I have a question about a spell.
Sure.
It's called Mind Skewer. It says you overload the creature's mind with a glute of psychic information. The mental onslaught deals 2d6, whatever. But it says on a critical hit, the target takes double and is stupefied. However, the defense says will, so it makes me feel like it's a saving throw, but it says on a critical hit,
What is the spell?
Mind Skewer.
I think it's meant to be a will save, and then on a critical failure, they would take
Okay.
46
Yeah,
mental
that's what I thought, but it was not written in a way that made that intuitive. So I'm going to go ahead and cast that, Mind Skewer, at 3rd level,
Oh.
because it is one of my signature spells. So he needs to make a will save against DC 21.
Right.
And he is fatigued, so I believe he's at a -1 to that.
What's your DC?
21.
So with your kind of just lingering traces of detect thoughts staying behind, you feel like you got a good hold on his mind with your mind skewer, and then you just hear like all those whispers of the swarm coming back, and it just drowns out your attempt to overpower his mind. As
So nothing happens.
he uses that ability that you learned of earlier,
Oh.
Swarm Mind, to turn a regular success into a critical success.
Oh, well, that sucks.
We got this, guys. We got this.
For my last action, you're hurt the worst, I believe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't actually.
I don't know.
What's your total health?
25.
Here's the thing. I don't want to use all what's left of my bond, my transfer vitality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply one of my med patches that I have to you because
Okay.
I'm standing right next to you. I couldn't get to him.
Yep.
And that's to Tenfold Carnage.
Yes, to Tenfold Carnage. I was pointing. I should not point. So you regain 3d6 plus 6 hit points. That's good for you.
You say that like it's bad for you.
Is that 16 on the die plus 6, so 22 points of healing.
I'm feeling good.
Sorry, I've been thinking about this forever and I still haven't come up with a good use of my turn. He can kill me in one hit. That's just facts. So if I try to run away, he may have a reactive strike that can just instantly kill me, but I don't know. So if I step and run, that's probably better, but then I only have one action left to do anything, and I can't do a lot with just an action.
You could step to that corner.
See, that's what I did last time, and then he immediately moved and tried to kill me.
That's true. He might.
Granted, he had a bonus action.
That is true, but he would still probably immediately move and try to kill me. I don't know why he's so focused on me, even though I've done nothing but help him.
For your consideration, from his current position 10 feet away, he did stab Tenfold Carnage.
That is also true.
He did a double attack. So if you stay in range, he might double again.
Yeah. But
But-
we also don't want to keep being in this line.
Presuming he can do that right away, presumably it's a D4, D6 recharge or something like that. I would definitely suggest moving.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do that.
I think you should take the risk and just one action run behind me. I can
That's-
give you a +2 to your AC.
That's what I'm thinking. And then I can do something in his... Yeah, I think I'm going to just 30 feet move out of the room. And can I shift to the left a bit to where I can still see him but like not be in direct range of stuff?
So you run out of the room and jump up on one of the desks where you've got line of sight to him, but you're not in a straight line to be zapped again.
Yeah. And then... So I think what I'm going to do, because... What kind of damage do you guys do?
Right now I'm doing piercing, but I can basically do any.
Mental almost entirely.
What about you, Sam, if any?
I mostly do piercing damage.
Okay. I'm going to ask you guys this, because I can either cast Overheat right now and ramp that up to a 3rd level, which has the potential on a reflex save to do 4d6 fire damage. Or I can cast Injury Echo and set it up to where whatever type of damage I say, if you guys do that type of damage to it, it then gains persistent bleed. But it has to be before my turn comes up again.
I mean, I have a +15 to hit it, so I have a high chance to hit it.
I will say Injury Echo is a will save. So what kind of damage does it matter, or should I just be like...
I think
don't
piercing's
I'm
probably
piercing.
currently set up for piercing.
know. Okay.
And so am I, so I think piercing.
So after jumping up on the table, I am going to reach my hand out, and in my area of things, a field of spikes are just going to appear and attempt to stab it. It needs to make a will save.
A regular success.
Okay, on a regular success. Oh, darn it. So now it doesn't matter if you guys deal the same damage because it had to specifically fail. It's a basic save, so it was going to take... Nothing. It's going to take 2 damage.
Ooh.
That's already halved.
I hope so.
That's unfortunate.
That's my turn.
All right, Tenfold Carnage.
First action, turning on my shield generator.
That's fair.
Seems like a good plan.
Next 2 actions, area fire.
All right.
Reflex save.
Still with the Stellar Cannon.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Well, that's no damage, but
told you
the
to
machinery
stop it.
around it takes an 11.
Dude, that's the second time you did that.
And
Nat 20 on the...
primary
I
attack.
think he's cheating.
So, Sam, you said you have a 15 to hit?
Yeah.
What's your bonuses? I'm wondering if this app is not including my item bonus.
Well, I have a +4 dex, and I get +9 to hit. And then it's got a +1 weapon, and I have a special ability I just used that gave me an extra +1.
Oh, it's from that. Okay.
And
Okay.
its AC is 1 lower right now.
29.
That's a regular hit.
You also has anyone been dealing damage yet? I forget.
Oh, do we add 2 to that damage?
So it's 2 damage every time you damage this enemy. It's an additional +2,
Okay, so add 2 to mine.
Okay.
or 1 because it's tapped.
Oh, yeah, or 1 because it's halved.
Okay.
Eldritch Lance would also. do it,
11
sure.
points of piercing.
I don't think
That's
I
with the
didn't
plus
hit
2.
this one.
Oh, you're right.
That is my turn.
All right, and it is the creature's turn. It looks down at its 2 mandibles. They just still have like some electricity crackling on them, and just kind of looks like. And then with one of its claws, it just reaches out to impale Tenfold Carnage.
Oh no, he's gonna pop.
29,
That's a hit.
and you take 23 piercing damage.
My shield is gone, and I take 9.
It's a good thing you healed him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's just going to keep on rolling with a natural 1 on his second attack.
Yeah,
I'm dead.
Good.
That's a crit.
And then with his final action, he will try to stabber de stabben.
Stabber to stabbin'?
This guy is the swingiest enemy I have played in
Ooh,
a
natural
long
20?
time. Nat 20 on his
Yeah.
third attack.
No!
Stop it, Jordy.
My boy.
And what's your AC?
23.
Okay, so that is a crit. With a 42 piercing damage.
Oh! -2.
Oh, that makes it easy. I'm at 15 HP.
Did you -2 the last one?
No, I'm at 17 HP.
He's still up.
I was gonna come heal you. I think I gotta heal him again.
And that's the end of his turn. Master Sergeant.
Oh boy. I'm going to apply Get Him again. Keep it going. I'm going to take a shot. Ooh. 32 to hit.
That's a regular hit.
With its -1 AC.
-1, -1, +1. So a total of a -1.
I do a total of 11 points of damage.
And the creature is bloodied.
Nice.
So, I think for my last action, I'm going to prepare to... No. Because if tenfold's going to be going. I'm going to prepare to aid an attack against the creature.
All right. Vorp, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to use my other med patch that I have. I only have one other one. And I'm going to use the apply action to try to heal Tenfold Carnage once again. This one's not quite as good as the last one. 16 points of healing for that.
I'm at 33.
And then I'm going to use my second action to do Battle Medicine,
Nice, nice.
which is a DC what? I'm not...
You
Oh.
choose the DC you want to roll against.
So there's, if you're trained, you can do 15. If you're
I'm just
expert,
trained.
okay, then you can only do 15. Because I don't think you can go up to the later proficiencies.
Right.
Natural 20.
Ah,
So that's 48.
nice.
So that's 4d8 of healing.
Is it just... And it's not doubled, it's just the additional
Right. It's
die.
normally it's 2d8. Crit makes it 4d8
Great.
instead of
Perfect.
doubling.
Perfect. You're gonna like this. Maybe I can get you to full. I didn't think so. I probably won't though. An additional 24 points of healing for you.
I'm at 57.
Just keep the blockade alive.
So we've got basically on one side of the battlefield, there's just a teenager knifing the swimming pool, and on the other side, just patching up the holes.
How many hit points are you missing now?
23.
Oh, I think that was a decent amount of healing
Nope.
for one. I will go ahead and shoot him with my arc pistol for my last action. No. 14.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, and that was a natural 2 on the die there.
The electricity just crackles off into the various cables and such in the server room, and we come back to Schrodinger's turn.
This spell is worded weird. It says it takes the 2d6 piercing damage and must attempt a reflex save, but then it doesn't say what the reflex save does. It's verdant code, like I was saying previously. I was going back through my options, and I'm pretty sure I have my turn picked out, but then I was like, well, what if we want it to move out of that spot? I was like, I kind of think we like that
I
spot,
find
but
Yeah. So it's what it's trying to get across with that one is it makes the reflex save, and then we'll get the listed effect, and the damage that's being referred to is 2d6 piercing damage.
So, on my turn, again, I'm going to go ahead and re-raise my area around him. My warp terrain. It's not going to do anything right now, but I need it up to do other abilities. And then I'm going to cast Overheat at 3rd level. He needs to make a reflex save.
All right. That's a regular fail.
Oh, 10 out of 10. He's not holding anything, is he?
No,
Okay.
just his breath.
So what's going to happen is all of the machines around them, the room will suddenly become colder as all that heat is funneled directly toward him in my area, and you can like see heat waves starting to rise up off of all the metal.
That's really cool.
And he's going to take 66 fire damage.
Nice. That's solid.
Nice.
66.
Yes!
Yes, that. Definitely that, Jordy. Don't question it.
And then if he was holding on to something, that thing would consistently burn him until they dropped it.
Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good roll.
That's a lot of sixes.
Six,
So that's
six, six.
18, 23, 26, 30.
Nice.
It was very good.
Wow.
Fire.
Nothing was lower than a 3.
Nice.
Correct. For
He
Jackson.
is seriously singed. He's not looking good. I was going to say he's
Yeah,
not looking hot,
but
but he's looking hot.
He's looking pretty hot.
Ooh, red lobster.
And that's my turn.
All right, tenfold carnage.
Get him.
First action, I turn back on my force field. That's my last charge for the day. And then area fire with the stellar cannon. Reflex save. Boom, boom, boom.
What's your DC? 22?
22.
Regular fail.
4 damage.
Thank goodness.
4 damage.
Yep. I rolled a 3 and a 1.
Sad.
Now
is that
primary.
is that counting the bonus from Get 'em?
No.
+2.
2 damage.
6
Oh.
damage.
+2 onto my damage, too.
Now,
It
wait.
just says on all damage rolls against the target.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had to double check it.
Wow. Okay.
That's strong. That's good.
And now primary attack.
All right.
Ooh.
Hero point?
That's a. Oh, I do have a hero point. Yeah, I'll use it.
You get a +1 from me from my aid.
That's that's tremendous. My first roll was a natural 3. This is a natural 17. For 31.
Including his +1?
No, 32.
Critical hit.
Yeah!
Finally.
All those little +1s, -1s.
Okay, so that's 8 plus 2 is 10, so 20.
Exactly his remaining HP.
Oh.
As your stellar cannon blasts him and sprinkles shrapnel all over the top of the computer, and then the follow-up shot just goes straight through the head, and then acidic blood just splatters all over the floor and just sizzles away at the grating.
Beautiful.
How do the computers look?
The computers are 5 HP away from their broken threshold.
Is that including?
Oh, so they're not broken.
I'm going to quickly run in and do what I was going to do.
All right. So Schrodinger, you move on up to that computer, and with a few quick, simple button presses, you're able to get the servers rebooted. And then you're plugging your system in, doing your thing. Go ahead and make me a computers check.
I'm going to use my hero point.
Oh, I'm reloading my stellar cannon.
20.
So with that 20, you are able to get everything back up and running. All of the lights come back on and everything, and the ventilation systems and everything start turning on. Everyone immediately smells the smell of death. You also hear the sound of like claws and legs skittering in ventilation systems at the same moment as Schrodinger sees a button prompt pop up on the screen. Security Protocol Alpha Zeta has been initiated. Would you like to begin self-destruct?
Is the door still locked?
Is there any way I can get information on this protocol?
You could ask me.
What are you wanting to know about it?
How long it takes to self-destruct? What exactly, like, does it shut out everyone from everything? Like, what are the terms of this?
The terms would be you have 5 minutes to vacate the premises before all doors automatically seal. And then first, the place is filled with neurotoxin gas. And then that neurotoxin gas is ignited.
Okay.
Fill the room with a deadly neurotoxin?
Yes.
Schrodinger slowly pushes the button.
Schrodinger, what do you have over there?
It's asking me if I want to activate the security protocol.
All right.
Yes.
Get in. Let's go.
I already pressed it. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
What?
All right. Let's pack up.
I start moving.
Let's go. Move, move, move.
All right. And as you all are making your way out of the building, various parts of paneling are like just being like popped out, and like a claw reaches out as countless of the smaller like drones are making their way out of various hiding places and trying to stop your progress. But you are able to keep pace. You get through the door just in time as Schrodinger types in a code on his personal data pad, and it slams the door, just dropping off one of the claws that was reaching out to try to follow you. And just as you get out, the door shuts. You just hear the very faintest of hisses before you hear the shrieking sounds of the swarm as it is being overwhelmed by the neurotoxin gas. Shortly after, there's a dull thud of an explosion, and you know that your mission was a success.
Good work, men.
I have a huge hole in me.
I'll patch you up.
Thank you.
All I can do is make it bigger.
Master Sergeant Ziv is watching as the Commodore goes to patch up Schrodinger. And for a brief second, he puts his hand on his pistol, thinking about the orders and what exactly qualifies as a return. And he goes ahead and just lets it go. As in, lets go of the pistol.
Oh, okay.
He was
And
considering whether he needs to
Depending
shoot
on how
him
much
or
time
not.
we take, you can be fully healed, because I can just refocus and keep healing you.
Yeah, we'll presumably
Yep.
say we're good.
All right, let's head on out to the extraction zone.
Is that a normal behavior for the swarm to gather bodies into a central location?
No.
Weird.
Intriguing. It's a shame that none of the data could be salvaged then.
It was our mission to destroy it specifically.
It's for the It's for the best. The Vescarium,
It's for the Vesk.
if anything was kept, the Vescarium would reason it as only treasonous.
A pity. Well then, let us go.
As we're walking away, Vorp puts one of his hands into his coat, and as that conversation was happening, and touches the data pad and the syringe of swarm blood that he kept.
We then do another wipe transition as the Valkyrie dropship is landing in this open space that you've designated as your extraction point. And we have a close cut angle from the side as we're just like watching as each of the party members boards back onto the ship. First is the Master Sergeant as he walks aboard, and then next is Vorp, who's very subtly keeping his hand over the data pad and the vial of swarm blood that he's collected. And then behind him comes Schrodinger, and then behind him comes Tenfold.
Just shoves everything out of the way.
And as the doors to the dropship close behind them, that will also close this adventure.
Woo! All right. There you go.
Incredible.
This has been an Atomic Broadcasting production. Starfinder, The Pact Worlds, and the world setting are all copyright of Paizo. For more information, visit paizo.com. While you're there, check out the Starfinder playtest. The PDF is free, and there's a survey to give you feedback. The music used is from Monument Studios' collection, as well as other assorted artists. If you enjoyed the show, feel free to check out our other productions on the Variety Hour feed, or our main show, The Written and the Lost, a weekly Pathfinder 2nd Edition show. All this and more can be found in the episode description. Don't forget to like, comment, and share with a friend. And most importantly, have an atomic time.
Oh, yeah. So the hallway is about 10 feet wide and about 10 feet tall.
He's a cork.
I am. I'm just gonna clog the hole.
Also, keep in mind, he has automatic fire. We do not want to be in front of
Do
him.
not. I'm gonna be a sweeper that just cleans the hallways.
Oh, like in the labyrinth.
World's most dangerous Roomba.
Episode title.
And they're
World's
like,
most
"Oh, guys,
dangerous
don't worry. I
Roomba."
think he's out of bullets." And I just rotate to a new weapon.
Who needs to reload?
Okay.
Which of that point? Steven, is there really a behind me?
Oh, gosh.
I don't want to think about
Yeah, I
that.
don't want to think about it either. I'm going to stay behind you as in the direction that you're currently moving.
Because on every side of me, there is a weapon primed.